We ready to go? Hello. Hello, everybody. Settle down. Quiet, everybody. Um, Hello. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. I'm Lewis Schaffer. Who are you? Who are you? Tell me who you are. Oh, Claire is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Claire, MC Scott, MJ Tiger Fang. MJ Tiger Fang is here. Gnome, beautiful Gnome, is here. Andrew and Joodles. Joodles, thank you for showing your face. Good to see you. Um, that's who do we have? We get just everybody settle down. We actually started on time. I'm always afraid to start the show. I think, oh my God, do I have to start this show or whatever you call this show? It's not a show. It's a stream. Will Lucy be back? I don't know. I don't know if Lucy will come back. That's a good question. Thank you for asking that question. I mean, people come, people go. They maybe they find out the truth about me. I think that's what happens. You find out the truth, you know. Lewis Schaffer's is good for 200 days, but maybe like 201 day, you think to yourself, this guy's too much, or this guy's not as interesting as I thought he was going to be. I think that's what it is. It's like in a relationship. You get the 7 year itch. Maybe you get the 10. You know, we've had people come in for the first 10 shows and thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Volume is low. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you see me? But thank you for coming. The sound and the mic. There's a bit of a delay. Paul Yoward is here. Okay, the sound. I think I fixed it. Tell me how I fixed it. You remember in the early days, I used to get so angry at you guys. I was like angry at you. I shouldn't care about you because I'm an internationally recognized, famous celebrity from stage, comedy, TV, movies, recently seen on GB News, and I'm better. I'm better than you, better than everybody. I'm better than everybody. Okay, getting worse. Okay, Paul Yoward is here. Good to see you, Paul. Kermit. Hi ho, Kermit is here. Good to see you. Sound is now sorted, which is what I should have checked. But you know, I don't really care that much. I do care a little bit. I do. I should care more. I should really care more about this whole business. Shouldn't I care more? I do care. I care a lot. I don't care a lot to actually work super hard at this. But I mean, over time, good things will develop. That's all I have to say. Good things will develop over time. Okay? That's how, I mean, I'm a believer in the 10,000 hours, is that people who do things a lot get ahead doing those things. It's not a guarantee. If you don't love it, the people who do it a lot love what they do. Lud is here. Hello, Lud. Mr. Ludlow. Lud is here. But people who do it to 10,000 hours love what they do. If you don't love what you do, you're not going to do it for 10,000 hours. And that's why I am a huge internationally recognized comedy success. I'm blathering on about. I'm just getting my mouth working. You know, I went out today with my beautiful son, number one, the producer, and we went and had breakfast together. And he ate a half horrible breakfast. He ate one of those English breakfasts with cooked tomatoes, pointless, baked beans, bad for you, potatoes, whatever, the bubble and squeak. What is the squeak and what is the bubble? What is the bubble and what is the squeak? And why is it called bubble and squeak? Maybe we should look at that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just getting, and I walked 5,000 steps, and I'm going to go out again and walk another 5,000 steps. That's why I look so thin. Let's look at my body. Let's look at that. I don't know whether you can see this here. You can see this while you have in the background. You can look at Lewis Schaffer and go to Lewis Schaffer. But let's Let's just look at how thin I am. Let's just look at that. Let's just look at how thin I am. Let's go one tighter because I can. I weigh 76.8 kilograms. Yesterday I weighed 76.6 kilograms. So I gained a little bit. Okay. I have a total of 6,000 hours on my favorite games. When do you reckon I'll get tired of it, Lewis? You might, but then again, you love it. But if they ask you to play it, you've got a better chance of being a professional than someone who says, it's like those people who want to be rich by the time they want to be a millionaire by the time they're 30, but they don't go looking for a job until they're 29. All successful people start doing it when they're young. Girl from Mars is here. Girl from Mars. Yes, you should be turned on because for an old man, I'm doing all right. You don't want a fat old man. So you got a thin, slender old man, girl from Mars. Let me see. Maybe this light is bad. How is that? Does that look all right? So Ruben is here, and Ruben is right. Don't forget to like this stream. We need to be liked. Maltese Phil is here. He's down there in Malta. It's about 16 degrees down there, which is nice, and sunny, which is nice. So we can go into a cafe. Kate Gwynn is here. Oh, look at this! Everybody's coming in because this is the first day of the year. This is the first day. Lud says a full English breakfast. I wonder if you can a full English breakfast or a full Polish. You can definitely get a full Brazilian. A girl in my street had one of those. Okay. Do you understand what he means? What do I'm just so lazy right now. I should read it again. I wonder if you can get a full French breakfast or a full Polish breakfast. Yes, you can. Of course you can. Like what would a full American breakfast be? In New York, it would be eggs, probably scrambled eggs, bacon, toast, and hash browns, maybe. That's a full English breakfast. That's a full American breakfast. Hash browns do not belong on an English breakfast. No, I agree with you. I don't think they belong. First of all, they're fried. So the answer is I agree with you. It was -7 when I went to bed. The place is full of snow. It could get cold in England. This is one thing people forget about England. It's not a super small country. It's a very long country. A lot of it is way up north. I mean, the thing that makes England great, or Britain great, let's call it Britain, is that it goes a long way. It goes from John O'Groats to Land's End. I think that's what it is. Pancakes and waffles with bacon and ice cream, laugh out loud. Yeah, you could eat that, and then you could get diabetes. So you go for that, Kermit. Pancakes and waffles. I used to eat that all the time. Pancakes with maple syrups. I used to make them for my kids all the times. And French toast all the time. Do you remember that, producer? Okay. I don't know. I can't tell if he's here. Are you there? No, I think I don't know if he's there. Okay. He read it twice and still sailed right over his head. I didn't understand it. I'm not those comedians who are like smart. Well, I'm barely a comedian. I'm not that smart anymore. I'm not that smart. But the producer said to me he doesn't think that I've lost anything, really. So maybe I was always this way. But breakfast is really important. And we had breakfast at about 1:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's when I have breakfast because I wake up at 12 because I can't sleep. Because I do late things and late nights, and it's probably not healthy for me. It's going to give me, I've got kidney failure. I love steak and eggs. Yes, well, that's what I have. I have raw steak and eggs and raw runny eggs. That's what you should have, Maltese Phil. We should have that. Oh, he is there. Ha ha, Ruben. Sounds like a typical catering breakfast from back in the day does that. Well, let me see what he said. What did Ruben Ruben. Did I miss that? I don't know what I'm missing here. I'm missing something. Ha ha, Ruben. Okay. Wales is smaller than Israel. Yes, probably it is smaller than Israel, but Wales is not even it's just a part of a country. The Wales is the bit that the Angles and Saxons pushed the British into. It's the remaining bit of Britain. It's going to be like that in this country, with the Muslims are going to push people into smaller and smaller bits, smaller bits. Hi, Lewis. Could we discuss how to bring decency back into our country? I don't think I can because I'm indecent. I'm filled with horrible, sexy thoughts. What kind of decency do you mean, Rod Greenhall? I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Rod Greenhall. No, MC meant Gnome Hunter. Oh, I see. So it was something that Gnome Hunter said. Not Ruben. Not Ruben. So let me go search. What did Gnome Hunter say? Nice. I'm more of a strategy guy. I've got only 100 hours on Elder Scrolls. Is that a game? Is that a game? I don't play games anymore. I played SimCity relentlessly about 30, 40 years ago when the computers first came out. SimCity 2000. That was a fantastic. I used to love that. I used to love that. I remember my father telling me that he played it and he went broke. And I watched him play it and I could tell why he went broke. It was a bit disconcerting. It could be if you want my love directed towards you, it could be decent if you want to. But if you're not, I give up easily. If a girl doesn't like me, I give up. I'm not going to be one of these. A lot of girls think, "Oh God, he's gonna hunt me down and stalk me." I'm not like that at all. If you just tell me I don't like you that much, I go, "Okay, I'll go away. I'll go away." Joodles, no idea if he had all the messages on or just ignoring them. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Well, why don't you just say, do you have the messages on? What have I missed? What have I missed? Mr. Cuff, I didn't even see you there. Hello, Mr. Cuff. Sorry about that. Sorry I missed your messages. Let me go back and find Mr. Cuff's messages. Are you heading off? No, you're not. Well, you're gonna just stay here. You're gonna put your pajamas on.
Yeah.
At this hour. Shut up. My son has like no respect for me. He literally thinks I'm an idiot.
I don't think you're an idiot.
What do you think I am then? You think I'm an idiot? I ask him for help. He gives me a look like, how could you? I told you this last week.
You were able to play SimCity in the 2000 version.
Yeah.
And you can figure out like basic computer stuff.
You know what? But how many years? I was much younger then. I was in my 30s. I was young and fresh. How do we bring decency into the country? That's what I'd like. Maltese Phil loves taking it. Okay, I went back. I'm back on track. The Wales took so much land off everybody else that we had nowhere to put it. So we stacked it up and called it mountains. Could be. I've been up there to the mountains up there. I've been there. I climbed a couple of them. Not totally to the top. I climbed up there with my girlfriend, and she just got all scared and everything. I'm not going to say which girlfriend. And she got all scared, and I was like so unsympathetic. I just get going, even though I myself am a sissy wimp. A sissy wimp. Mr. Cuff, here we go, Mr. Cuff. Moral decency. First of all, Ron Green Hall says moral decency, honesty would be a good start. Well, some of them are honest. The left aren't, but some of them, they're not honest. I've not put anything of any importance on the chat, Lewis. Very much like you. Only joking. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to put importance on this. How do we put importance on this? I mean, if I were harder working, I would use this as a vehicle to get promoted. I would I do spend a bit of time writing stuff down. Here's a clipboard. Here's a clipboard, writing stuff down. I do spend time doing that. But then I just like to talk to you guys. So maybe, and then what I should do is I should go, this is the comedy portion. This is Lewis Schaffer. And then we clip it into pieces and then we put it on TikTok or on Instagram. But I don't do that. But I should do that. I should do that. I'm going to go back to do live comedy again because all of my wealth in life comes from comedy. And when I say wealth, I don't mean money, though that's important. I do mean having a wife and having my beautiful children here. Please do not refer yourself as a sissy, FF's sake, says Gnome Hunter. That word carries more weight than you think unless you were trying to tell us something. I mean, yeah, possibly. I don't know. Yeah, okay. I'll keep. Why is it bad to call somebody a sissy in America? It isn't. It isn't that bad. Is it bad here? I'll stop using it. Remember, I've only lived in the country for 25 years. And a half. The 25 and a half. That's nothing. That's like that. That's like nothing. 25 years. Oh my God! It sounds like forever. So it is forever. Lud says Lewis Schaffer's comedy vehicle. Yeah, well, it should be a comedy vehicle. It gave me the shivers when I call myself a sissy. Does that mean gay? What does it mean? We love talking to you too, Lewis. Yeah, I love talk. I mean, is it much of a show for me to talk? The numbers have stabilized or gone up. They're going up. So that's I think they're going up. So, Lewis, is your personal friend Donald J. Trump going to invade Cuba next? Well, I tell you something, we barely invaded Venezuela. I thought we were going to put we went in there to take one guy out. And maybe that's all that was necessary. I was thinking about that. We took one guy out. That's a good question, Ruben. Is Donald J. Trump going to invade Cuba? Is that we went in there and I thought we were going to take over the entire country, but we didn't take over the entire country. So the question then is, well, should we do it to Cuba? What if we do it to Cuba? Who knows what's going to happen in Venezuela? It could lead to rioting or something. It basically will put the fear in every single leader that the U.S. government is going to come and take him away. I mean, that's what's happening in Iran. Iran, the guy's leaving. I mean, he's being blamed for everything that happened in Iran, even though for 46 years they've been a horrible, horrible regime, but it makes people afraid. It says, is the U.S. government going to come and get me? And back in the day, we couldn't do it openly. We couldn't do that to Cuba. But I think maybe Trump will. What do you think? Do you think that Donald J. Trump will do that to Cuba? Dan Wooten, Ben Butterworth, Andrew Doyle are a bit sissy, Lewis. So you're saying I'm not Cellaire. Cellaire says this. So Cellaire, do you think that I'm not sissy? When I came to this country, my voice was very high. I was very sissy, and I've become more and more manly since I've gotten here. Sissy porn is what makes men think they'd rather be women, Lewis. Okay. So they've changed the name. You can't use the name anymore. That's not what it means to me, but maybe that's what they've stolen the name. In the same way you can't say, I'm gay. How are you feeling today? Today's a gay day. You can't say that word without thinking of some kind of homosexual thing. So that's very interesting. This Joodles, I want a round of applause for Joodles for coming up with the correct answer to, or more information that's needed. That's what we've got to do. We've got to have the information here. It's not bad in that sense, says Gnome, but a nearly 70-year-old man referring to himself like that is indicative of other things. No, I don't know what you mean. A Googling of how the word is used online will make it clear. Okay, I'm going to Google it. I'll Google what it means. Let's go over to here. 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 How is the word sissy used in the UK today? Okay, we're going to look here. Can you see it? In the UK today, the word sissy is widely considered a derogatory or offensive insult used to denigrate men or boys for being perceived as weak, cowardly, or effeminate, as rooted in sexism and homophobia. Okay, because I remember when I was a kid, I mean, you didn't want to call somebody a sissy, but it wasn't super derogatory or offensive. You might get punched if you called a big guy a sissy. Common uses. Are you reading all of this? Demeaning term to tease or bully males who do not conform to rigid implied misogyny. Associated with homophobia, historically cultural, the term has been strongly associated with homosexuality. Synonyms: wet, wimp, softy, a Jessie. You're a Jessie. You're a Jessie. Okay, that's interesting. So thank you, Gnome, for that. A sissy these days is usually a boy dressed as a schoolgirl with his tackle hanging out of his pants. Okay, so that's a bit stronger than I would. I would say a sissy is just like a guy who's not, probably not gay, but could be effeminate. So that's interesting, Kermit. Hi, Claire and all. No, Lewis, you're 83% of all men. Not sissy at all. You're 83%. So I'm 80. I'm 17%. Hello, Joe. How are you? Do not Google it. Well, I just Googled it. Maybe I should have waited. Was that wrong that I Googled it? If Google can say those things, you look so butch these days, Lewis. Thank you, Lewis. I think I do. Do I look more manly? The newspaper prices on headliners went straight over their heads, especially JH. Yeah, I thought that was funny. And like all comedy, the key to comedy is just repeating yourself over and over again, Rod. That's what comedy is, Joodles. You mean the Norm Macdonald joke. No Barbie in it. I don't know what that joke is, Paul Yoward. Yes, Lewis. I think Donald J. Trump, this is Ruben saying this. We're going to talk about the Venezuela thing because it's very interesting. We'll take on Cuba soon. Cuba provided then president with personal security squads heavily involved there and have started mobilizing against the USA. Well, let them mobilize against the USA, but they won't have the entire population because the people of Cuba have been living into the Cuban situation for 15 years longer than they were living in Iran, and they're fed up with it. That's why countries should always hold elections, because you can get bored with everything, even everything good. That's what Cuba is. That's what everything is. Cuba is like, yeah, it's great, but they're bored with the greatness that Cuba is. Even if Cuba was great, and it's not great, it's their poor people. Newspaper prices annoyed so-and-so, which was funny. Yeah, but a lot of people didn't feel that he was annoyed, but he was really proper annoyed. Beck had a song called Sissy Neck off the album Odelay. Okay, I don't know that song. John Miller thanks for good to see you, John. If you pick daisies as a boy, make daisy chains, people tend to call males a sissy. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gay. Maybe it means you're effeminate. Is that an insult to call a man effeminate? Is it an insult to call a woman masculine? Those are good questions. I hate when they change the meaning of words, says Claire. Just leave it, she says. Fortunately, words change. All the words change. All words change. They do change. Thankfully, they have not hijacked the word Jessie yet, because it's only set up in Scotland, and that's not a real country. Kidding. Is it a real country? Well, it's half a real country. I asked Grok to turn me into a woman, and I look quite cute as a girly. I bet you do. That's I did you see me in the video with Leo Kurse and Dominic Frisbee where I dressed as a girl? I looked really I mean that's the problem with humans is men and women look so similar. Don't we look similar? We look really, really similar. We used to call a guy a pansy if they were a sissy. Yeah, similar to that, a pansy. You're a pansy. A pansy would be more feminine or gay, I think, rather than a bit soft. Do you remember? I'm going to go check this out. What they called what's his name was called? What Cohen? What is his name? Cohen. What's the Cohen? The guy who was producer. What's the Cohen from the Army McCarthy trials? Army. You know who I'm talking about? He's not listening. Army McCarthy hearings. Cohen. Let's see. Roy Cohen, right? Cohen. Roy. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Cohen. I think he was called a pansy? Quote. Did you ever see this? You know what I'm talking about here. Okay. He was called something that made him implied that he was let's see what it says. A pixie, which is the term for a fairy. Yes, do you remember that? Do you remember this? Do you remember? Let's see if we can find a video. Let's see if we can find a video of this. I'm not looking at the screen, so I don't know what you're writing, everybody. So it's 5 seconds. Can you hear this? Can you guys hear this? I don't know. What does that mean? All right, let me get back on tracks. Scots don't respond to this baiting. The most mysterious word is dog. It just appeared from nowhere. Men and women look similar. Maybe in the bars you go to, Lewis, they do. Because you just give them a little bit of pills and they they don't look completely. The difference between a female hippopotamus and a male hippopotamus is about 2,000 pounds, a ton difference. And the difference between men and women is very, very similar. And most women are almost as big as men. I mean, there are slight differences. Maybe they pick on pixies, instead of daisies and call it who knows. Dick Emery had a great effeminate character in his show that Harry Enfield took inspiration from. Well, the idea you could dress up like a girl, a guy could dress up like a girl, and it's funny. And so, a lot of times when a girl dresses up as guys, it's a bit scary. It's not quite as funny. It's not fun. John Mitzerkopf, not sure about daisy chains. I prefer Jesus and Mary chains. Daisy chains we're not talking about that. Are we allowed to talk about that? I don't know. You guys have to stop me from saying horrible, horrible things. You've got to stop me from saying horrible things. I use one of those apps that change your picture into a woman. I look like a cross between one of my grandmas and a librarian. Yeah, you could basically tell who is a man, who isn't a man. If you have sex with a woman who is with a man who makes himself look like a woman, are you gay? I don't think you're gay. I think you love women so much. You love women so much. that you are willing to have sex with a man who looks like a woman. It's just the shape. You're just in love with the shape. You're in love with the hair. You're in love with the femininity. That's the opposite. I don't think me having sex with men who look like women makes me gay. Did I just say that? I don't think it does. I mean, I used to be. I'm going to tell you something about me. And I think and maybe this is too revelatory. What's the right word? After 70, men and women kind of look the same. Yeah, they kind of look the same. They both need a shave. They kind of look the same. You wouldn't have a stream if you stopped saying horrible things, Steve, Mr. Cuff says. Yeah, maybe that's what people want to hear. They want to hear horrible things. But you know how people say, "Oh, you're with a man who had his pee-pee cut off and is now you think is a woman. You're gay." I don't think that's necessarily gay. Thank you, Claire. I don't think that's necessarily gay. I think it says, wow, he really loves women. And the thing I'm going to tell you something about a lot of the trans women, is that they know the good bits that men are into. They know the good bits, what it is that men really like, the feminine side, that they're not trying to be, when they're trans, they're not trying to be boss ladies. They're trying to be feminine. And men really like that. It's a way for men to pick up other men by pretending to be a woman. They want to be with men, and they're making men like them. Am I right about this? Tell me, does that sound crazy? Having sex with men doesn't make you gay. It doesn't make the men who are having sex with a trans woman gay. It possibly makes the trans woman gay. What do you say about that? Judels knows all about this stuff. Don't count Leo as gay, as he had a trans girlfriend. I don't count him as gay. I never got any bit of a gay vibe from Leo. Not a single bit. And I tried. A guy asked me outright one day. He came out and said, "Do you want a bum?" And I said, "No, thanks. I got one." That sounds like a lyric from a song. Do you want a bum? Do you want a bum? No, thanks. I got one. Sounds like a punk song. What? You are a very confused man. How is that a confused man? I think I just presented these are the kind of arguments that I like to present and think. They're different ways, and this is what comedy is. I'm not saying I'm a comedian, but a comedy is an alternate reality that makes sense. It's an alternate reality. Okay? I used to think Fatima Whitbread was a man until my mother told me it's just a woman who has lots of muscles, says MJ Tigerfang. I don't know who Fatima is really. Should I Google who she is? Not getting involved, Joe says. He's trying to start an argument, ladies. No, I'm not. I'm saying ladies could learn something from trans men about how to attract men. What are men looking for? They're looking for femininity, for softness. This is what men like. Not all men all the time, but a lot. They like it all the time. Round glasses are big with trans women. They make your eyes look bigger. Could be. Neither am I, Joe. It's got neon flashing lights on it. He just wants a row. No, I don't want a row. I would like you to say that I'm wrong. Okay, am I right about that? Do the Bum was a disco song. Maybe that's where I heard it. Would you date a tranny, Lewis? You've got fond of their ideology of delusion. You seem fond of their ideology of delusion. No, I'm not fond of it, but they're sitting there, they're saying, I want the attention. I want attention from men. How do I get attention from men? I'll be a woman. That doesn't mean I like it. I like women. The problem with women is that they're beautiful and sexy and attractive, but they're also women, and so they're insane. So the answer is no. I don't like delusion, but women are deluded too. Like proper women are deluded. Is there a workbook to go with this stream? And some other way to make sense of it, says Mr. Cuff. Toy Dolls had a song called Deirdre's a Slag. It was about Deirdre Barlow. I don't believe in the concept of a slag. I don't believe that. I mean, if they had sex with you, you wouldn't call her a slag. You'd say, wow, she's a nice girl. She just had sex with me. Most men aren't looking for femininity with a cock. No, they're not. They're not. But, I mean, but they'll take a penis. They'll take one in order to get the extreme femininity that a trans woman. And remember, the trans women, let's say they're taking the estrogen, they're probably as feminine as women, or maybe even more so. More so. I still prefer, but this is the thing about the V, the P, whatever you call it, John Miller, is that it's not that obvious. It's not the same, but it's like most people, when they hang out with women and when they're hanging out with each other, they're not having sex all the time. They're just hanging out, and they don't like to be yelled at. But a lot of women, they love yelling at men. It really turns them on. It just get it. They love to get mad at a man. I was yelled at constantly by every woman I've ever been out with. Look how Judels is yelling at me. She's just yelling. She's just mad at me. She just wants to get in there and start fighting me. She doesn't want to fight me, but she has a net. And then Joe comes in and says, I will be calm and not bothered. Because men don't want to be fought with. Women always think, oh, he's fighting. I'm fighting with him. I'm the same as him. I'm as good as him. That's what you're thinking. And men want calm, generally speaking. They want calm. And so, so what if a woman doesn't have, a man doesn't have a proper V? At least they're being nice. I like the olive green tiles on Deidre's. Okay, I've seen the worst episodes. Yes, it's generalization to the max. All intelligence and all information is generalization. That's what I'm making. I'm making a generalization. Are you disagreeing with me, Mr. Cuff? The fact you've been yelled at by every single woman is definitely a you problem, Lewis. I mean, are there any men here who haven't been yelled at by women? Who haven't had some woman just express such disappointment in a vocal way? It's still just being a gobshite, Cuffy, just for attention. Yes, I want the attention. I want attention. And if a man dressed up as a woman, taking estrogen, wants to give me attention, what am I supposed to say? No? I'm supposed to say no. I prefer. Okay, Mike Baldwin's green chest. I don't know what we're talking about now. Let's think about that, Joodles. If you had 100 lovers, it means 17 of them. Possibly. Or it could mean that some of these 100 lovers, I pretended that maybe they were a man pretending to be a woman. That's really kinky. That's really kinky. To actually pretend that a woman that I'm with is really a man. That's delusional. That's fantastic. Hello, everyone. Hello, Birdseye. Lewis, what do you think about Maduro pleading not guilty and the UN Security Council in a meeting over the matter right now is featuring Iran and Cuba? You know what it is? I mean, you can't take the UN seriously. You can't take it seriously. Most of the countries are SHI, or I would say all the countries are SHI. There's only 2 real countries, maybe 3 now. 3. Hungary, America, Israel. Who are the other countries that are real countries? Anyway, I remember those ducks. Now we know you are bi, Lewis. Okay, I might be bi. I might be bi. Girl from Mars. I mean, people have thoughts in their heads, girl from Mars. Does that mean you don't find me attractive anymore? Is that what you mean, girl from Mars? Please tell me you still. There are boatloads of men in dresses who would let you, Lewis. Go get one. I don't want boatloads of men. I want the most feminine ones who are really believing it. I don't want a guy who's just dressed up for the weekend and has a, hasn't shaved or has shaved or whatever it is. Who is this Deidre woman? Maybe I should check her out. I'm not in favor of transsexualism. I'm not in favor of cutting off your willy. I'm not in favor of taking estrogen. I'm just not in favor of it. I'm in favor of women being a little nicer to me, Joodles. That's what I'm in favor of. Carrie Mack is here. Hello, Carrie Mack. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Carrie Mack. Ken was an old player. Laugh out loud. I got thrown out of the games club because I mistook a woman for a trans woman, and I was trying to be supportive too. That's so funny. Did you see there was a YouTube video, whatever, a stream or a reel or something, where the guy is speaking to the woman and saying, I support you for being trans. And the woman goes, I'm not trans, I'm a woman. And it was just the play on the play was so great. I don't know what Noam is saying about God's elect races, the Americans. No, that's not God, but we're in a good point right now with Donald Trump. A good point. At least I think it's a good point. It could end horribly. Would I do Caitlyn Jenner? I met her. And the answer is, I mean, no, of course, no. I mean, maybe let's be honest. I'm not going to do a guy who takes hormones, who was born a guy. I'm not going to. I have trouble with women. I'm super picky with women because I'm almost gay. I need a real woman. A woman has to be so feminine in order for me to be interested. I think Lewis would have done well in The Worm That Turned. The Worm That Turned. I don't know what that is. Is that a play or a movie or something? I can see straight through you, Lewis. I know she can. This is what Joodles is saying. She's cruel. You are really cruel, Joodles. I know exactly what you're up to. What am I up to? Just because you're getting upset, you think I'm doing it to get you angry? Is that what you think I'm doing? That this is just about making you people angry? It isn't. It isn't that way. It might be a little bit that way. But it's not that way. No, that's not what it is. GB News should have you back on with this newfound liberalism. It's not liberalism. It isn't liberalism. I'm against transsexuality. I'm against the government paying for any kind of those surgeries. I'm against children being given any of this stuff. But I am in favor of, I find feminine women extremely, extremely, extremely attractive. Okay, I find them so attractive that I won't go another way. But I think what trans men are doing, I understand why they're doing it. Why are they doing it? They're doing it because they want attention. Any street finds today? Oh, there we go. Thank you. Hey, everybody, I'm going to leave the thing. I want you to go to make sure you're on Twitter. Everybody go make sure you're on Twitter. Make sure you're on Discord. Like and subscribe to the stream. Maybe Kofi. I'll show you what I found. Hi, everybody. I didn't go out last night. I stayed in, and then today I went over with a son number one, the producer. We had breakfast. I bought him breakfast, and he offered to pay. He's a very good son. He's a very good son. But I'll tell you what I've just put up on my Nunhead American. I'm going to write this down. Nunhead Man, sorry. It's called Nunhead Man, Nunhead, man, on Vinted. Go to Vinted and see what Lewis Schaffer is selling. You can see this here. Okay. Ruben says, good diversion from ours. Yeah. What happened? So I just put these up. I don't know whether you can see them. They're really, really poor quality video things. Can you see what this is? It's a poor quality video. I don't know whether you could see that. Well, it is a really big thing for me to buy him breakfast, Joodles, because I have no money. I'm a broke loser. So it is something. It's quite something. So, and then also this, did I show this? I just put this up. This is from a PlayStation 3. I think PlayStation is Sony, right? Do you know what this is? It's a camera. I don't know if you can see the camera. It's a video camera. This is a bit better than those things. And then, so my son gotten a bit manicky yesterday, and he gave me tons of stuff to post. And here's a Nike jumper. Can you see that? A Nike jumper. And I washed it. It's clean, and it's okay quality. This is not that great. Can you see? It's hard to see what that is, but can you see? Can you see that? It's a bit. I should sew this up, probably. But you could buy this thing. I don't know. Like this is like £4.50 or something. I don't know. Maybe it should be £3. Maybe it should be £2. But thank you for that, girl from Mars. Paul says, I sold some F&M coffee and one of my cardboard boxes. Are you making a joke about what I sell? Yeah, I agree. We should be able to debate this. I don't even know what I've said that's horrible. What kind of woman do you like? A peacock done up all to the nines, all the wall, or the wallflower that goes like a stoat when you get her home. I think I know what you mean. I mean, I like women who are like girly, but I also like strong, smart women. I like them both. I like them all, but I like them to be womeny. I like them to be womeny. Jenner threw away a God-given gift. He had the original lunchbox and is knocking on a bit. But to be fair, for age, he looks okay. Yeah, he looked good. He's older than I am, I think. And he won that thing, which is like the world's best athlete. I mean, was it cheating involved? I don't know. I don't think there was cheating involved. But I like feminine. Are you able to explain how you find a trans person feminine? A person who acts in a way that I ascribe femininity, which is, I've got testosterone a bit from eating all the meat, and I'm very aggressive. You can see how aggressive I am. I mean, I don't want to have an argument with. I don't even want to say, because I know there are women here who are going to think that I'm being sexist and misogynistic. Fatima Whitbread. Let's look up Fatima Whitbread. Should I look that up? Fatima Whitbread. Let's look up Fatima Whitbread. Fatima Whitbread. That's when it was okay. You name your kid with a Muslim. Who is she? She looks like a guy. Who is she? 1961. She's 4 years younger than I am. She's a retired javelin thrower. Yes. What ethnicity is she? Turkish Cypriot mother and a Greek Cypriot father. How do you like that? And they say people can't get along. She's an MBE, 77.44 meters in qualifying round. So what did they did? She's got a child named Ryan Norman. Her parents are who is John Whitbread? I don't know. She looks. I don't know what all these pictures are. Are you looking at all the pictures, everybody? Images. I see steroids. I see steroids. I see steroids. That's I don't like that. I mean she's a pretty girl, but you know, I would do her. Of course, if she loved Lewis Schaffer because she's thin, I would do her. Hello, Lewis and everybody. I'm sure even trans women don't like bloke losers, Lewis. Yeah, but if a trans people maybe don't have to be as, you know, I think if a trans person could convince me, and if any of you people are trans, if you could convince me, you know, maybe, you know, I think it might be a feather in your cap that I got Lewis Schaffer to have sex with me. To have sex with me. Thank you, Alfie Cap. No, it's a guy from it's the guy from Afterlife. He'll say that he wants everyone to have a nice life, but he knows how much trans hurts women when push comes to shove. I tell you what hurts women. It hurts women by calling them women. If it wouldn't hurt women if people stop pretending that they're women, and if the men stop pretending that they're women. I know how you're a bit upset about this. So Fatima Whitbread, now I know who she is. She was on steroids. This is before they tested for steroids. Do you really think that you have tranny viewers? You know what? Back in the day when I was a real comedian or tried to be a real comedian or performed a lot of different kinds of people liked me because they knew I did not mean harm to them. I mean, you know, but the fact that they're making me have to say that they're women. They're not women. They're men. You can't take a broccoli and make it into a cauliflower. I consider a trans woman as long as their thingy wasn't bigger than mine. I mean, you know what the problem is, Maltese Phil? I'm getting older. And I'm less picky than I used to be. But when I was young, I was very picky. I didn't like it. I consider it. Also, I don't want to be with a guy who's going to beat me up. It's quite scary. And men can, I don't know, that maybe men like that. They want to be with some guy who can I don't know how women can hang out with men. They like hanging out with guys who are stronger than them. Let's fool. Sounds like a good TV show, says John Miller. Let's fool Lewis. I think we need to be. We need to be more. Well, I don't know what I've said that's offensive to anybody. I don't know what I've said. I've said that men. Are there any men here who don't want a woman to be all girly? I mean, not all girly, but girly. That's the thing. We want them to be girly. Fatima never did performance-enhancing drugs. She failed a morphine test in 1984, but was cleared. It was medication for a stomach issue. So, okay, she never failed a performance-enhancing test. Okay, I don't know whether that's true or not. I reckon Johnny Willoughby would fool him, John. Who is Johnny? Now I got to look up who Johnny Willoughby is. I'm going to guess who that is. John. Who is Johnny Willoughby? Let's see who this is. Which one of these is Johnny Willoughby? Is this the one you mean? This guy here? No, that's another Johnny Willoughby. Who do you mean? Who do you mean of these people? Define girly. Is it clothes, hair, character? If it's character, what does a girly one entail? Yes. Yeah, well, we know when we see one. We know one when we see one. I'm sorry. I mean, I know. The problem is men and women are too similar to each other. Joodles. I like athletic, sporty women. I can like that too, but not too much. No, he calls himself India Willoughby. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. Who is India Willoughby again? I know she's a woman. Let's see who India Willoughby is. Okay. Is that that's what she looked like, this guy here? I mean, she's all right looking. Not really, but I mean, yeah. I mean, this is what you can do. When you can take that, when you can take a man and make it into a woman, look like a woman. Of course, it doesn't make it into a woman. I know Joodles. This is Joodles' pet peeve. She's not a woman, Lewis. India is a man. Yes, she's a man. She's a man. But that doesn't mean that if you have sex with him, it makes you incredibly gay. It doesn't. It makes you less gay. Because you want to be. It's not that easy for a guy to get a girl like it used to be, I think. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. My current mood. I'm still trying to figure that out. Okay, bear in mind that all these photographs you're looking at are heavily filtered. Yeah, I could believe it. I'm pretty sure they got that they're hairy and that they got the muscles and that that their shape is not quite right. And I've been very picky with women. I've and lots of women know this. They know how they can have sex with you and then they don't want to have sex with you again and you don't know why. You don't know why. You think, oh my God, they don't like me. And you don't know why. And it's really bad and it hurts women's feelings. A beautiful woman driving a powerful car. Well, wow. That's a turn on. Yes. Yeah, no. Not to me. Not to me, because they're not going to go out with Lewis Schaffer. Blund and Ursroy had the craziest transition. Who was Blund? Blund Ursoy. Who is that? I once knew a middle-aged fella in the 80s who wanted to trans, and his doctor told him to live like a woman for a year or two. But what does that even mean? Well, what does it mean to live like a woman? To not cook meals anymore? What does it mean? That's a good point. Exactly, and I did an entire show. I don't know, most of you did never see it, but it's called You Are Beautiful. It was about me and my trans girlfriend who I was in love with. And it got 5 stars in Scotland, in the Scotsman, the newspaper up in Scotland. You can Google the review. This is what it says. The Scotsman. Lewis Schaffer, you are beautiful. Beaut. Well, let's see if we can find the review. Comedy review. Okay, there we go. Oh my God, what a great review. What a great review. Or was that the one? Kate Copstick. Oh no, this is a different one. Broke every rule in the book. Look at that. I'm so proud of myself. Here we go. A master of chaos, confounding. Lewis Schaffer's a master of chaos. I'm like proud of the reviews that I have. But where is the hold on a second, Claire. Can you see this? Let me. Oh, okay. Here we go. There we go. Everybody. Where is the review? Did they take the review down? They must have taken the review down. There's me, and there's my girlfriend at the time. Beautiful, beautiful Rose. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go back a step. Does it have the thing? This is the things you may like. Kate Copstick, Lewis Schaffer. I was a something back then. Where is the review? Where is the review that I had? The Scotsman, Lewis Schaffer review. I don't know how it's not here. Can you find this, anybody? They must have taken the review down. What is that called, everybody? When you what is that site called? Columbus. When the site is called the archive. Archive. Could be this. That says an invalid. It's not coming out. Okay. Sorry about this. Sorry. Lewis doesn't like my joke that Benjamin is not worth butter, only lard. Ben is a really nice guy, even though a lefty, everyone likes him. But he has a good sense of humor too. I'll stop before it sounds like a bromance. You can like whoever you want to like. I don't know. I'm not against that. I don't have any bad feelings about him. He's good. I used to like Kate Copstick until I found out she goes to Africa and helps people start businesses. Yeah, let's keep our money in this country. I'm confused. Rose is a dude. No. Rose smells beautiful girl. Omegle. He's friends with Tusi and the rest. Sometimes wonder if it's all an act, Paul Yoward. I think with Copstick, it's the name, like someone's taking the mick of Chinese people. Copstick, chopstick. Could be that. It could be that. Let's see if I can find the thing. I don't know why I can't find the thing. Well, here it is. Here. There's. Can you see this, everybody? Whoops. This is the review. Can you see the review right there? 5 stars. Audiences in Edinburgh have a notorious strict 50-minute attention span. It's a rare show that makes you wish it could start again as soon as it was over. As soon as it was over. Look at this thing. This is one of the most brilliant and amazing comedy shows I've ever seen in my life. Schaffer, the tetchy, difficult, irascible New York Jew, takes his audience right up to the edge and back again. He's pulled up for racism by a guy in the front row. This isn't his plan. This is real. A gay couple in the front row walk out in disgust, then change their minds and walk back in again, hand in hand, to cheers from the audience. A man in the front row is humiliated in front of his girlfriend to gasps and boos from the crowd. Surprise is one of the most. There you go. Surprise is one of the most important elements of comedy. But with so many comics all trying to be outrageous all over town, it is incredibly difficult to be genuinely shocking. I have seen Schaffer tons of times, but he always shocks and surprises me. Well, that's my job. Thank you, Claire. She's lovely. That's my job, is to surprise and shock. It's surprise and shock. The outrageous and the show, and in this show, he is electrifying. The outrageous material is part of the gag-splattered narrative about outrage. Schaffer plays with taboos, twisting and turning his attitudes and upsetting expectations until the audience is dumbfounded. Claire Smith wrote this. She's fantastic. Plays with taboos, twisting and turning his attitudes and upsetting expectations until the audience is dumbfounded and helpless with laughter. Helpless with laughter. That's what Lewis Schaffer is. His voice, I'm going to put my glasses on. Can you see me? Can you see? Let me just see if we can see this on the screen. Okay. His voice repeats, stutters, and whines with an incredible hypnotic rhythm, while his black eyes sparkle with tears, laughter, and more than a touch of crazy. By the end, the audience is utterly in Schaffer's power, and the show becomes a bizarre cross between performance art, swingers party, and a papal blessing. Afterwards, big strong men are embracing Schaffer, queuing up for selfies and repeating a catchphrase so incredibly unlikely everyone starts laughing all over again. Okay? You'll never see the Schaffer show I saw. He is a fragile creature with a world-beating talent for self-sabotage. So you might see something truly horrible that makes you cry. But if you do go, you might see me there. I'm going back. That's Lewis Schaffer. That's Lewis Schaffer. How do you like that? That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Thank you, Claire Smith, and thank you, John Fleming, for writing that thing. For writing that. I didn't write that. No. I've seen Schaffer many times in the mirror. Yeah. How many of us use vape? Okay. How many used vapes did you bribe Claire with that for that review? No, and she apologized because I've never people they can't believe Lewis Schaffer at that time, and maybe now, possibly now, was one of the best comics in the entire effing world. Not really, but it could have been. There were moments of greatness. It's like this show, it's not all amazing. It's not all amazing, but it could be. It could be amazing. It could be amazing. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to explain why I've had sex with trans men. That's no, that's not it. I say it so many times, I'm beginning to believe it myself. The communists ruined comedy. They have not helped. No, communism is not good for comedy. Okay, I don't think. But, you can be fascist and not good for comedy either if they're in control of everything. There was me thinking I might need a sleeping tablet tonight. All I have to do is replay the last 3 minutes of this stream. Mr. Cuff, oh, please. One of the best videos of Lewis is in the prow of a canal barge that begins with Lewis Schaffer's song. He goes as far as quantum mechanics in a half-hour show. Yeah, that was up in your neck of the woods up there, Paul. Up there, yeah. The weather today in England was like women, horrible and cold, says John Van Damme. So that's what I'm saying about this. Lewis should do a Blue End Ursoy. Who is Blue End Ursoy? Do I have to look that up? Are you going to tell me who that is? I'm going to have to say who that is. Who is? Have you heard of that? Blue End Ursoy. Oh yeah, look at this. A Turkish singer. Ursoy began is it a guy? Was it a guy or a girl? Was it a guy or a girl? Are they allowed to bullent, not bluent, bullent? Let's find out. I'm afraid to look at Wikipedia because I have a feeling they could just easily lie about it. Let's see what it says. Is Bluent Ursoy a man? Is a woman. She's a transgender who transitioned, was born male, and kept her male name Bluent and became iconic and celebrated Turkish diva known for her powerful voice. She was born male, but they say no, she's a woman. So I guess you could do that back in the day. Could you do that today? Could you do that today? She sang the cover of Gisela, the best, I think. Ursold means bear, like surely. I don't know. I never even heard of this man who converted in 1981. True, but that was a long time ago. Currently, it's the commies. Right now, it's the commies that are, I don't know if they're killing comedy. I don't know. Maybe they'll find me funny. Everybody can be made to laugh. You've got to figure it out. And you don't make somebody laugh by giving them what they want to hear. Nothing personal. You don't do that. You don't give them what they want to hear. Something funny Mr. Cuff is about to say. George Best was asked for the same question by someone delivering room service. He was in bed with Miss World and had loads of money all over the bed, ordering champagne. Yes. Hello, Chartel. Chartel is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Chartel. Okay. I think. Should we take a vote? Should we take a vote? What do we take a vote on? I don't know. Does anybody want to say something? Thanks for coming in, Chartel. We're going to do tomorrow's show. We're going to start at 5. We're going to start at 5. Okay? We will start at 5. Okay? And we'll go till 6:30 tomorrow. Okay? I think that's the only way to go. That's the only way to go. It's a new year. I mean, we've done really well. The numbers are good. 287 views, 237 views. We're really doing well. We're really doing well. Lewis Schaffer. I think we're doing well. I'm happy with you as an audience, and I hope you're happy with me. Did you do the snow angel char? Has it snowed there? If not, there's plenty here for you to work with. Okay. I'll give it 5. Okay. I need a drink. Cheers. It's going to be a good year. Let's everybody. How are we doing with our weight thing? Are we eating less? Write down on a piece of paper what our goals are. What is my goal? What is my goal? My goal for 2026 is to lose 2 kgs to 75.0. Number 2, low carbs under 50 kgs average. Those are my 2 goals. 2 goals. Alex, 5 o'clock is good. 5 o'clock is good. I want to thank you all for listening to this. You've been amazing. You've been amazing. Everybody, make sure we're on Twitter at Lewis Schaffer. Make sure we go to Ko-fi and maybe throw the stream a bone. Throw the stream a bone. I appreciate it. Okay? I enjoy talking to you, but it'd be nice to be able to buy my son a cheapo breakfast. It wasn't even that cheap. It's how much was that? Was that about 9? About 8 pounds, 8.5 pounds for breakfast. Okay, one of the best. They add up how many eggs. 3 eggs, 4 pounds 50. A bit of black pudding. It's like that's just so ridiculous. Considering that eggs, why should an egg cost £1.50? An egg should cost you could buy a dozen eggs for £3. So that's like 30 pence each. One of the best videos of Lou. Okay, yes. So let's just thank everybody for being here. I'm gonna tell who are the top fans of this show. John Van Dam, 25. John Miller was a real participant, a real involved. Thank you, John Miller. Air, very, very funny. Kate Quinn from over in Wales. Love the girl. Love you. You're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Gary Warren. Rod Greenhall, fighting for decency, which is good. Birdseye, Chartel is here. There's Chartel. Kerry Macca, number 17. Alfie Cap, 16. These are the people who have made this show. Some of you have given me money. Some of you haven't. I'm trying not to look who's giving me money. I just appreciate the fact that you're here. Appreciate it. Every day I appreciate it. Joe, brilliant. And Andrew Rubin, totally involved with a big Jewish star. Our people here. Maltese Phil from whatchamacallit, from whatever country that is over there. Whatever country. Malta. Lud, and it is a country, kind of, sort of. It is. It's small, but it's a country. Lud, Gnome Hunter, and then Alex at 10, and now we're coming in again. Ruben's got 2. He's on his phone. He's on his thing. He's like 2 people. Everybody, can we like the stream? It's not so much for me to ask. Don't make me beg. It makes me seem like I'm a loser. Women like strong men. They like strong. I would never go out with a trans woman. I don't believe in trans women. I don't believe it. I believe in men who are dressed up as women who fool me. If you're going to be mad at me for saying that, then you got your own problem. I got problems too. I don't want you to be mad at me. Claire, thank you, Claire, for coming in. MJ Tigerfang, brilliant. Mr. MC Scott, fantastic. Mr. Cuff, you're on point today. And then the final 3, a big round of applause for the final 3, the top 3. Number 3 is one of my personal favorites. She knows this, which is why she's so mean to me, because you know that she is one of my personal favorites, Joodles. And you could all feel that. Can't you all feel that? You can. But she thinks, oh, he is nice to me, so I'm going to be mean to him. Hi-Ho Kermit, number 2, another personal favorite. Brilliant Hi-Ho Kermit, number 2. And moving into number 1, a friend, I would say a friend, Someone I've met with, I've seen perform, I've worked with before, Paul Yoward. So a round of applause for Paul Yoward. Okay, and if I haven't mentioned your name, just say, hey, what about me? What am I, chopped liver? What do I? Chartel Lewis, you don't date trans. Would you fondle one? Maybe. Maybe I would. Maybe I would. If he would smile. Yes, we feel it, Lewis. You and Joodles are like a married couple. I mean, I wish, but no, she's not nice to me. Sometimes she's nice to me, but a lot of times I've been relieved of the curse the crown brings. Yes, you haven't been number one, but you've been a total participant. So who else have I missed thanking? Alex, thank you for being here. Alex Chartel, thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow at 5:00. We'll finish talking about this. A lot of you have made good points at the end of this show, as always. But we can't stay on forever. I'll say we'll see. We'll be back tomorrow at 5:00. We'll be back. If I haven't mentioned your name, say, what about me? What am I, chopped liver? Carrie Macca? What about me? It's beautiful Carrie Macca. Maltese Phil. I don't know if I mentioned you before. Lud. You've all been amazing. You've been amazing. So we'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. I'm waving goodbye. I love you. I love you. I love you. I thank you. I thank you. I love you. I love you. You can maybe make a contribution to Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Lewis Schaffer. Darklands comes in a bit late, but still so happy to see you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. I can't do the fireside, the fridge side chat, Ruben, tonight. We'll start the fridge side tomorrow, okay? We'll start the fridge side tomorrow. I have to go out to I don't want to say what it is, but it's not a girly thing. It's a thing. I can talk about it later. If I get let in, they might not let me in. They might not want to say, oh, I'm going there. And they're saying, I heard Lewis is going. He's a right-wing fascist, whatever. That's what you can do. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow.